Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I just wanted to tell you how this trade turned out before you actually watch the webinar of us taking these trades. So real quickly, I'm going to share my screen, show you how it played out, and then you guys can go ahead and watch and see how and why we got into the trade. But first of all, it was a good day. We did wrap up for plus 52.6 pips. You can see that down here. We got a signal this morning to buy the franc yen as our bankers close opportunity around the 3 p.m. GMT mark, which would be 11 a.m. Eastern today, Monday, October 24th, 2022. So we bought here, and then it was kind of difficult because it actually started going against us a little bit, but again, there was no news. And so that was huge to help us feel confident buying into this. We actually got out pretty dang early. As you can see, it's gone up quite a bit since we got out, but let me go ahead and plot these trades so you can see the progression of the trade setup here. They'll show up here in just a moment. So here they are. As you can see, we started buying right here. As it continued to dip, the signal got stronger for the bankers close opportunity, which you'll see in just a moment, like why we bought into this. And then we got a little nice jump right here towards the end of the day, and we closed out of most of these trades. There were a few that closed out for small losses, but then the rest closed out for profits, thus giving us the 52.6 pips on this move. Yes, in hindsight, could we have held it throughout the rest of the afternoon? Yeah, obviously it feels like at the moment we left some money on the table, but nonetheless, I'm still happy with how this trade played out. So anyway, go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if you can hear my audio and see my screen in the chat box. Just give me a little Y or yes there. Just let me know it's working. Hope everybody's having a pretty good morning so far. Hopefully your trading's been going well if you've been trading. If not, let's go ahead and start the week off great here. Before we get into any of our live trades, let me go ahead and share our disclaimer real quickly. As a reminder, we just need to let you know about the risks involved in the market. You can lose all or more than your initial investment if you're not careful. So please be aware of how big your lot size is, and please watch your risk whenever you take a trade. All right, guys. So there's been quite a bit of news this morning, starting off with the euro, pound, and the dollar. And so that eliminates quite a few options for us because we do not want to trade a currency if there's been news within the last 12 hours and news within 12 hours coming. So it's a radius of 12 hours both ways. And so really the only option for the bankers close would be the franc right now. And so I was looking for options on my little scanner here. And the franc yen looks like a good buy opportunity. I don't see anything else that's hitting the upper or lower Bollinger Band right now. Obviously, the euro franc would be ideal, but hey, it's got some news on it. So at least on the euro side of things. So I am trying to stay away from that one, although it'll probably be fine. But in order to satisfy our rules, I kind of want to stay away from it. The pound franc, same thing, looks like it could be a setup right now, but I want to stay away from it. So the franc yen it is. Here's the opportunity. I'll zoom in just a little bit. So yeah, puncture in the lower Bollinger Band. We're buying this, trying to ride it up to here. So go ahead and start buying that if that's something that you want to do. That's my trade so far this morning. We'll see if we do more trades, but that looks to be like the best opportunity after looking at the scanner here. So all right, so I've also got it pulled up here as well. Dang, I wish I'd bought a few more. That's okay. I still might. And let me actually adjust. Let me make sure my Bollinger Bands are set to the right settings here. Yeah, they are. Okay, good. So here's the opportunity. And while we're working on this opportunity, let's
draw out our levels, the different levels of where things could go. There was to start the day, there was this big gap that started over the weekend. And then after the gap was done, the market came back up. Yeah, so kind of a crazy gap here, and it filled that gap essentially. So I think we're past a lot of that, but nonetheless, there is some support right here, some pretty strong support. And then you've also got a really strong level right there. So these are all potential levels the market could break to. So that one is 30 pips away. So just be aware of that is a possibility. And then of course the market could break down to here as well. All of that's a possibility too. And I will grab another trade just because it did pull back a little. And yeah, we'll just work on this trade. I didn't see any news on the yen or the franc. So, this should be, I don't believe that we should run into too much trouble with this guy. Because let's go to a 1 minute chart. So basically what you'd be looking at is this, hopefully we just get the move we're looking for right now, and the market just kind of comes up, kind of to this area, and we can clock out of our trade. The other option is, hey, it could break lower. We could try to test some old support, and this would be fair game now. It would probably pause right there, and then you'd get a move back up. And then that move back up, on that move back up, we could close out these guys for break even right here. And then, the trades that are priced down here would be the profitable trades at that point. So that's kind of the game plan this morning. That's how we'll kind of go about this. I'm glad to see that there is an opportunity for us, a safe opportunity, right? This one doesn't have a lot of news at all. Whereas the euro and the pound do have some significant news to be aware of. So this is really nice. I feel very comfortable right now. And that's a good thing. So, I've layered up a sizable trade. I wouldn't say it's a massive trade, but yeah, it is a sizable position, reasonable for the account size as well. So we're in a good spot. And that mid Bollinger Band on the 5 minute would be the target right now. And that's currently sitting at, sorry, let me draw these out. This is the support we're talking about. Mid Bollinger Band is kind of around this area right there. So that would be our target, just so everyone's aware. Hey, Rodney, hope your weekend was good. Hopefully trading's been good for you as well. Hopefully we can end pretty well here. Get a good, nice trade this morning. I think so. So far looks good.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're watching this video right now, but hey, if you could do me a quick favor and give this video a like, that would be awesome. Or if you dislike it, I guess you can dislike it too, but please give it a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment on our trades, that would be fantastic. Maybe tell me what you know about this particular trade setup. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome too. Turn on the bell notification if you enjoy this content so that you can be notified every time we post our live trading classes. Also, just so you know, I do these live classes every day, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, live, so you don't have to come to the recording anymore. And you can actually take these trades with me. If you're interested in doing that, there's a link in the description down below where you can sign up for my 14-day free trial, where you can get access to all of my signal alerts that I send out via text message and email. And in addition to that, you'll be able to come to all the live classes in the future. So anyway, back to the video.
It snowed out here this weekend. I'm just looking out my window, a lot of snow. Kind of crazy. Doesn't usually snow this early this year, but you know, hey, that's what God gave us, right? And we just wait because we've got the position built up. It's up just slightly, and there's really nothing else to do. You know, we just kind of sit on our hands and just wait. Yeah, I'm looking at other options to trade right now on the scanner. And yeah, I mean, like I said, that Euro franc was an option, but it's, you know, got all that news, so I wanted to stay away from it. What else here? I think that's kind of it. Like this was really the trade to take. So that's good to know that we're in a good spot and we've taken the right trade. Hey, I got your message. Thank you, Rodney. We'll chat on another occasion privately. But yeah, thank you for your message. It's good to know. And I'm sorry about that too. All right, we just continue to wait. It's improved slightly. Every trade's profitable, but now we're just, you know, just waiting. Yeah, volatility's died off on most other currencies too, but including the euro franc, pound franc, all these other ones. So like I said, they're probably safe to trade, but you never know, right? You never know. Sometimes they get these, I've noticed sometimes after these news events, they'll just get these follow through moves that just trump everything else. So our bankers close phenomenon just kind of falls apart, just because sometimes there's not really that follow through move. Not always, but I've seen it happen. And so that's why for me, I'm just like, well, I'd rather trade something that is a little bit more guaranteed or a little bit more safe, and then just put a bigger lot size on it, because you feel that comfort, you feel that safe and that safety. So you're like, oh yeah, I can put a big trade on this, no big deal. So that's why I took this one. But yeah, in all likelihood, the other trades would be fine. You know, the euro franc, pound franc. In fact, the pound franc looks like it already made money. If you look at it, it hit the upper Bollinger Band at the top of the hour, and then has already come back to the mid Bollinger Band. So that banker's close trade has already happened. That trade's already over, and good for the day. One of the side effects we're getting though is because we picked the most safe trade to take, that's why it's slow. There's not much to talk about. It's because it is kind of slower. Hey Sam, good to see you. We're buying the franc yen right now. It's not too late to hop in on that. We've got a position built up, small position here. Well, just a starter position, I guess, built up on the franc yen buy. We're looking to close this at the mid Bollinger Band. So this will be, it's only, let's see, well, I guess it's about 16 pips away. 15 or 16 pips away is the target currently on the franc yen. And the reason why we're trading this is because, again, we're looking for the banker's close phenomenon. And due to the fact that there has not been a lot of news associated with this currency pair, so that phenomenon is likely to take place. We're likely to have some help with the market and also have some safety as well going into this trade. The other nice thing too is if the market breaks lower, which is certainly still a possibility, we can add to the position again with safety, knowing that, hey, there's not likely to be a big news event or something that would cause us to bail on this trade. And we wait. We're just in that waiting game right now. Yeah, and I'm not seeing a lot of other currencies lining up right now, which is good. Well, actually, there's a couple, but this still appears to be out of the non-news related currency pairs. This appears to be the best trade to take. The one other pair that was kind of lining up is an Aussie franc short, and that one's just lining up. So if that one lines up to be a short and this one's a long, that's a good thing. Those are correlated moves, which means if that one goes down and does what it's supposed to do, the Aussie franc, this one should go up here momentarily. We should get another leg higher here just because of the correlation concept. Same thing with the Euro franc. That one did have some news within the last 12 hours, some significant stuff, but that one's lining up for a move lower. If that moves lower, then this one should move higher. I mean, it's all based off of the franc, right? That's the only family relationship to those pairs, but yeah, that would be the concept. All right, and let's just double check to see, because since time's passed a little bit, I want to see where that mid Bollinger Band is relative to the current price, because I'm sure it's changed just a little bit. Actually, we're pretty much right there, like maybe just a tad lower. Yeah, that's the line right there. So let me jump down to the 1 minute. This is the target right there. That's your exit. So we might as well bring a lot of these take profits into that area, because this is where we want to get out. Been in this consolidation practically since we've been in the class, so this has been 20 minutes long, been a little slow, but so this is the start of the hour, pretty much right there, and this would be the end of the hour. So per the rules of the strategy of the banker's close, you are allowed to add to the position if subsequent lows are created during this hour. You're able to add within the hour. However, if we pass the hour, we have not hit our target. That is okay. We try to hit our target within the hour, right? That's the goal. But if we don't, you can leave the trades to sit and get there within the next couple of hours. But at that point, you're no longer able to add to the position, just because the phenomenon where that low is created during this hour is really important. The London market closes in 40 minutes. And so if there's somewhat of an extreme low, which is classified as a break in the lower Bollinger Band or upper Bollinger Band on a 5 minute, that is considered an opportunity, assuming there's no news associated with that pair. So this qualified at the beginning of this hour as a buy opportunity, and technically still does, right? We're just holding on to the trade. It hasn't hit its target yet, but we have a full hour to add to the position if we feel inclined to do so. And then ideally, right, and this happened. What, last time we traded, we got out within the hour, which was awesome. That's all we want. We just want one or two solid bars to get us to these targets, and then we can call it a day. Great day. As we get closer to the end of the hour, if we don't hit our targets, we'll start talking about where stop losses go as well. We may even scatter some of these targets out, so it's not just having one place for all targets. We may scatter them out, but we still have over 25 minutes to hit our targets and kind of get something going on here. We talked about how this is, quite frankly, this line right here, this is really the next level of support. So just be aware that it is a possibility that the market could break down to here. And so we need to have ammunition ready to go to add to the position if it does get down to there. I mean, it could stop anywhere in between, but I would say that that's the most solid support level, is right there. And then we'll build the position however we need to build it, and then just let it sit for the next couple of hours. But now we're just still waiting, as it's still in that consolidation range. We're just waiting right now. Okay, let's see what this does here. Still kind of in its own range, but yeah, if I get a break lower, I may take advantage of that and add to the position. Just add one more trade right there. Spread's kind of wide on this currency pair, just a little bit, and so that's why when I place an order, it looks like it's not grabbing it exactly where the price is. It's because of that spread between where the current price is and where the well, I guess where the bid and ask is, right? So this is a good spot. If you didn't get a good price earlier, this is a good spot to maybe add a few trades. Again, within reason, because you still have to have ammunition ready in case it does make a lower low. We're not stopping out if it just breaks below this low. In fact, the signal just gets better if it breaks below this low, especially because there is no news today that merits a break higher in a significant way or a break lower in a significant way. So anything that happens, whether this market breaks up or if it breaks down, there will be some kind of fade the other way. And that's why I'm very, very confident we will make our money today. We're very confident we will. But it's just going to be a matter of how we go about doing it, how quickly we get it. Again, there's no news really associated with this pair, so you're going to see things be a little slower getting there. But this is going to be a very successful day because we've done everything right. But we do have to work with what the market's giving us. And right now, that's just mainly consolidation. My concept that I was saying is, as well as, if it does make another low today, which I think would be kind of hard, but if it did make another low, the chance of that low returning back to the current price is extremely high, very, very high. There's a very good chance you'll get your money back on the other way. So whether these set of trades go to our target or whether this market comes down and then comes back up, one of those scenarios is extremely likely. The least likely scenario would be just an all-out free fall and the market does not come back to these medians that we're at right now. It would almost require a news event to do something like that. Again, to the point, like why we don't trade through news events. We just want that most probable trade possible, which this is. It's a very probable opportunity. But, comes with baggage, right? The baggage is, well, you got to wait. You got to be patient. You got to sit through a lot more consolidation because it's not going to move as much. Another opportunity that just appears to be lining up again is the Aussie franc again. Short appears to be lining up. The CAD franc short appears to be lining up. I wouldn't take those trades necessarily because it's the same trade as this one. It's basically, they're duplicate opportunities. So I wouldn't feel rushed to jump in those because they are trades. But they all have the same exact relationship to the franc. So if one goes down, like if that CAD franc goes down, this one should go up. The Aussie franc goes down, this one should go up because of that quote base relationship to the franc. So again, we're in a great trade, but you could theoretically do it, take the exact same trade, but on those other pairs, you could absolutely do that. Let's see. Yep, patience. Yep, got to have that patience, especially with this. You have to just wait and build the trade as we need to. We'll see, it's coming down just a little bit again, so let's see if it makes another low here. I'll go ahead and grab another trade. grab a couple of trades there. And this is the very concept of having ammunition, right? Because we did get a little bit of a break of that previous low. And so, that's why we need to have, we need to be in a good enough position where we can add to these trades. We can't put everything all in at once on a single order, because that's not how this works. I mean, you can, but then I feel like you'd have to have a much tighter stop loss, and then the probability of the trade being successful goes down a lot because you don't have that option to subsequently add to the position if you need to. And we wait. Now that I've added a couple of trades, I'm just waiting to see what it does next. I'll go ahead and bring those take profits down just a little bit. Just added a couple more down there. That new bar. All right, so that bar closed, and now we're got this bar. Let's see what this one does. This is the part where it's this is an interesting part of the day, because usually when the trade looks the scariest is where the most money is made, right? So that's why you want to be adding and have those opportunities. See, here we go. You want to add and have those opportunities to build the position, because there are going to be buyers down there if there's no news at this time of the day, right? And so far we're starting to see that. So it's kind of scary because you're like, oh man, I'm down right now, but like that's also the time where you have to take some courage and be able to add to those positions when that happens. almost look at it as an opportunity to say, wow, dang, I could really make some more money at these levels here. Rather than, I mean, because I'm not trying to say that you're doing this. I'm just saying this because I did this, and it's probably something that a lot of new traders feel. So like, hey, this trade's going against me, but it's an interesting concept. If you think about it, let me ask you this question: if you go to the store and you see, let's say milk is 50% off, what's your immediate reaction? Well, for me, I'm like, oh great, a deal. I might buy an extra gallon of milk because that's a deal. When we see the market go against us in trading, our immediate reaction is, oh my gosh, no. Right? And so we have to change our mindset. We need to put our almost consumer mindset hat back on when we're trading in the market. We need to say, oh my gosh, the market's down. Great. I have this opportunity, right? I have an opportunity to increase my position and, build this up into a spot where I can be very comfortable going here on out. But sometimes that's hard. It's easier said than done, right? But it is something we need to start to develop, right? Let's see. Rodney says, man, this is a crazy day. As you know, I trade NASDAQ. Volume has already dropped off to near market close levels. Yeah, been kind of crazy. Just, low levels of volatility today, which is I'd say it's a little uncharacteristic for a Monday. Well, Mondays can have low volatility for sure, but you would think that there would be some business that would need to be done from whatever happened over the weekend. And there was some news this morning too. So you'd expect something. All right, so we have 20 minutes left in the webinar. And again, we're just kind of in a waiting game unless the market makes another low. If it makes another low, we continue to tango with the market and take advantage of the sell. We buy because the market's been on a discount. At this time of the day, for something that doesn't have any news, if you get a new low, these are things that you need to take advantage of rather than shy away from. And I'm not doing any cleanup right now, even though we've had to move up, just because I do feel good about this trade. So cleanup is, for those that don't know, is where after the market comes down, you buy more. If the market comes up a little bit, you go ahead and close out the worst trades for smaller losses, and then you keep the best trades just so that you can lighten your position. I didn't do any of that, and I'm not going to do that, at least for now. Just because I do feel good about this trade and where we're headed with it, even though at the moment it is going down. I do feel confident with the trade opportunity. Just because we've done this so many times, I've seen this type of a market before, and I do feel good with it. All right, let's see what this does here. Just added another trade down there. And it is possible, I don't think it'll do this, but it is possible that, you know, we could reach this support area that I drew out earlier. It is possible we go there. So just be aware of that. Make sure your drawdown is not, you know, too big. Right now I'm down just over 0.5% on the day of my account. And that's like, just so you're aware, that's a really good spot to be in, because technically for me, I'm willing to go about 3% down max on the day before I cut my losses off. So that's kind of my personal level. And I think I would be fine, you know, if the market got down to here, I should be fine to get to this level if the market wanted to do something like that. Again, I don't think it's going to. And if it did, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of buyers that are going to help us out, just because at this time of the day, to make a big low like that, I don't think is in the market's ability at this point. I mean, it can do anything it wants, but there's really not a lot of news that would cause it to do such a thing, I feel like, at this late in the day, right? And now we just wait to see if it makes another low, or do we start building up a consolidation that can punch higher from here? Real quickly, while we're thinking about this, while we're waiting, let's take a look at the 5-minute and see where the mid Bollinger Band is now, because I'm sure it's come down a little bit, and it has. And it looks like it's a lot closer to where our initial positions were, and that's fine. So we'll just bring a lot of these targets in. So what I'm thinking is most of these targets will want to close out at just above our initial first trade entry of the day. That would be our new target place. And that would be a great day if we got to there, which definitely could and should happen. So I'll go ahead and bring these in. It'd be awesome if we could get there in 15 minutes. I don't know if we will, but it's definitely still on the table. We just need a little help from some banks or somebody who wants to end this off on a bang here. But yeah, this old, basically that high that we created about 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, that's where we're trying to aim for now. That would be the new target. And we wait to see what it does here. Very slow day. Slow day. That's okay though. In my experience too, guys, I've seen a lot of these trades, and we've seen them together even, where, you know, it ends like this. If we don't get the target that we were hoping for within the hour, that's okay. We've seen a lot of these, you know, in the hours following the webinar, it mounts a comeback. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that later this morning. So again, we have another 10 minutes to see if we can break a little higher. If we break quite a bit higher, you know, if we maybe double or triple this move, I'll probably do a little cleanup on some of the worst trades up at the top here, and then just kind of position ourselves pretty nicely to end the day. But let's see how this does. So far, so good. Let's see if this guy can hold this time, and if we can start breaking up from here. So far good. I'm looking, this is the 1 minute chart over here. On this other chart I have, let me pull this over. Oops, why is that doing that? There we go. This 5 minute candlestick just engulfed this bear candlestick. So this is a 3-bar reversal right here, or excuse me, this is not necessarily a 3-bar reversal, but it is an engulfing candlestick. So I imagine that this is probably going to, you know, send us on that break higher that we need. We're about halfway there actually to the target action. So at this point, we're about halfway there. So we're in a really, again, a good spot. And I like that this just engulfed this. So yeah, is there a chance we can close out of everything in 10 minutes? Yes, absolutely. We'll just see. We just need to follow through on what just occurred right here on the 5 minute. So anyway, I'll sneak back over to that 1 minute chart. But yeah, that 5 minute candlestick is a promising candlestick because of what it just did. So now again, we're just waiting, not adding to the trade. We've already added. And now we just wait. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're watching this video right now, but hey, if you could do me a quick favor and give this video a like, that would be awesome. Or if you dislike it, I guess you can dislike it too, but please give it a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment on our trades, that would be fantastic. Maybe tell me what you know about this particular trade setup. Also, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome too. Turn on the bell notification if you enjoy this content so that you can be notified every time we post our live trading classes.
Also, just so you know, I do these live classes every day, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, live. So you don't have to come to the recording anymore. And you can actually take these trades with me. If you're interested in doing that, there's a link in the description down below where you can sign up for my 14-day free trial, where you can get access to all of my signal alerts that I send out via text message and email. And in addition to that, you'll be able to come to all the live classes in the future. So anyway, back to the video. We'll want to be ready too, because if it makes one of these, like a bar like this guy about 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, you'll want to have your hand on the trigger to start closing these out. If it does that, if it pulls another one of those, it might be time to start closing some of these trades. Nice, this is definitely mounting a comeback here. Okay. I think I will do just a little bit of that cleanup concept right here. I'm just going to close out a couple of these trades. Just because we've had a very nice move and you want to take advantage of some of this. You don't want it to go to waste in case the market does pull back. So that's why I've closed out some of those trades. So now I've booked what I just did there is I just closed 28.6 pips down, but we are currently up 50 pips. So we're still positive, but if we get one more move higher to that mid Bollinger Band, it's going to be an extremely successful day. So yeah, one more good push would get us there. So, but yeah, again, you want to, when you get these types of good moves, because this is probably the biggest bull move we've had since the beginning of the day, you don't want it to go to waste. What I mean by that is, if let's say the market does what it just did and then it comes right back down, it's just a loss of time for you and me. Like, we didn't take any advantage of that at all. So as much as we take advantage of the market coming down, we also want to take advantage of it coming up some, right? So that's why I did that. But at the same time, we don't want to cut the trade so much that
all of a sudden we don't have a big enough position so that when we hit our targets, we don't really make any money today. No, we still have that good balance, because yes, if we do get another, one more leg higher and hit these targets up here, then we're going to be, we should still make 0.5% of the account today. It should be over 100 pip net profit after the 28 pips that we just closed out on the cleanup phase. Should still be a fantastic trade. But yeah, I'll stick around for another 3 minutes or so, but let's go ahead and start now that we've done a little bit of that and we've got our targets where we want them. Let's bring in the stop losses. So here's what I like to do on stop losses, right? I like to go to the Maytaf website, maytaf.net, and I like to go to Forex trading tools and then Forex volatility. I'll put this link in the chat box for everybody. Here it is, right there. Use in the search bar here, when you're on that Forex volatility page, you then search franc yen or whichever currency you're trading. You click on it. Then what you do is you find today's date, or not date, but the day of the week. Today's Monday, and it's 131 pips for the franc yen. What I like to do is just a general rule is just a half an average daily range stop loss. And this is one of those like, hey, it's not a strategic, like, oh my gosh, like I got to have that 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio. It's not like that. This is more of that, hey, I'm protecting myself and my account from something crazy that could happen, probably won't happen, but could happen during the day. That's all this is for. This is not, I mean, if you were to hit this stop loss every time or a lot of the times, you'd be in trouble. So in all likelihood, we should be able to hit that target in the next 15-20 minutes. Who knows, maybe in the next couple of minutes, anything could happen here if we get a nice bar up. But that would be the concept. So 131 divided by 2, you're looking at what, 65 pips as your stop loss. So we could come over here and say, okay, 65 pips from the current price would put us at, somewhere around here. And again, it's just more of your emergency, like last resort type of stop loss, protecting you against some crazy thing that could happen to the market. So I'm actually just going to go a little less than that. I'm going to say like 55 pips. So 148 is where I'm going to stop out. Something like right here. And I'll just bring these stop losses in. This one definitely has been slower than other days, right? I'd say most days we're able to get, end the day, maybe most of the trades have closed at their targets and some not. Today was a little rough that way in that term of things. I'm still very confident with this trade opportunity. I'm just going to have to wait on it a little bit longer. So that's stops are in. I've got targets still where I want them. We're just going to try to fill in this cup and handle type of thing right here. That's all we're looking to do. And we'll let the trade just kind of sit now. I'm glad we took advantage of some of that and did a little bit of cleanup. So the position's been lightened a little bit going into, the next couple of hours, but you guys will get an update from me. I will let you know if anything changes. Just keep an eye out on Telegram. That's where I'll update you guys. So, all right. Well, I appreciate your guys' attendance today. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you in the next webinar.